Hello there. How are we all? Now, I'm just checking to see if this one's working. I reckon it is. If you do come along to watch this, please let me know if you can hear me. I reckon I'm just going to get straight into it. Alrighty, so hey there. I'm Kathleen, or most people just know me as Kat, and I started this group here to really just help other beauty therapists to find more education or at least better resources for further education, a place to network among other beauty therapists in Australia, and yeah, just to create a community because we didn't really have one. So for this video, I wanted to kind of kick off a series of videos that I want to do in terms of just popular topics of conversation and questions that continuously come up in here. So today we're starting off this first video with a list of my favorite skin bloggers. So they'll be on Instagram, YouTube, and where else? Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. That's the one. So yeah, I'll pop everything in the description, sorry, in the comments below, so you can go check them out. And I'm just going to really just talk about them so you can go and get more skin information from these really educated people. So hello to whoever's watching, by the way. Let me know, can you hear me? If so, comment below and let me know, please. Thanks for checking in. Really appreciate it. All right. So I absolutely love getting information from fellow bloggers and YouTubers, mainly because they've been in the industry for years, and they're really at that stage where they're just wanting to share their information. It's free, and it'll really just kind of jog your memory of the things you might know, or maybe it'll trigger looking into another resource. So on the top of my list is a guy called Kai Atkinson, and he is from Tasmania, and he works in a skin clinic. He is a corneotherapist, trained beauty therapist as well, and he is starting out in the industry, but I have to say, in terms of skin knowledge, skin science, he is up there, and he explains everything in such a good, thorough, in-depth way that I just had to put him as number one. You can find him on Instagram, Kai Atkinson, and he talks all about the science of the skin. So he really delves into all the little organelles of the skin cell. He talks about skin conditions and really how to treat that, and just understanding the science. He's definitely someone you want to go follow, especially for good skin advice. So I've got the next on my list. I've got Robin McAlpine, skin expert, and she is also such a wealth of knowledge. She's a corneotherapist as well, and she owns a clinic in Perth, Skintifics. Even if you go to the Skintifics, to her skincare clinic, Facebook page, you'll find tons of educational information there for the client to consume. So everything from the basics to a little bit more advanced, but you'll also find on her Facebook page, she has a ton of information about treating the skin, running a business as well, I've noticed. So definitely check her out. She's on both Instagram and Facebook. Like I said, links will be in the comments. And yeah, another fellow Australian, we've got Narita Joy. She's probably a little bit more well-known among the group, and she doesn't live in Australia anymore, but she's originally from here. She is in her, I think, dare I say, I think she's in her 60s, but she looks much younger. And she has her own clinic in America. I'm going to butcher the name if I mention where she's from, but she's in a very prestigious spa, and she has her own little clinic within that spa. She works on celebrities and a lot of really well-known people, and she does YouTube videos. So all her YouTube videos are of her basically bringing in models, and she talks about how she treats them and actually treats the skin right in front of you. I found her to be, just so helpful in terms of techniques. I've learned a little bit about how to speak with a client more effectively, and she just has that long-term experience that, 5 years or 10 years in the industry isn't going to give you. She's been in the industry for over 30 years, I believe she said. Oh goodness, I think it might be a bit more than that. So she is a wealth of knowledge, and definitely check her out. She's one of those people you just kind of fall in love with. She's very beautiful. So she is on YouTube. Another skin expert I'd love you to check out is a lady called Renee Sebon. So you'll find her over on Instagram. I believe that's the best place to find her. And she is as well she's a clinic owner, and she's also a corneotherapist. And I just sort of quickly mention, if you're not sure what corneotherapy is, it's basically it's a remedial skin treatment methodology that is always maintaining the structure of the epidermis. So maintaining that stratum corneum, that outer layer. So it's a remedial methodology. So it's all about giving back to the skin rather than taking away, and never impairing the skin, allowing it to heal itself essentially. So it's very science driven and less on more so about the science of the skin and less so about what product companies will tell you, just to clear that one up. So corneotherapy is definitely the future of skin therapists. I call myself a junior corneotherapist. I haven't been doing it for too long, but I've definitely learned so much since going down that track. And I highly suggest you look into textbooks and things like that a little bit more about it. And if you do want to find out more information about corneotherapy, check out the International Association of Applied Corneotherapy. That'll give you the rundown. So we've got a couple of corneotherapists in here. So Renee Sebon, she is a corneotherapist and a skin clinic owner, and she is from the US. She might be from the UK. I can't quite remember, but she she also writes in articles to the IAC, which is the association I just mentioned. So there's a lot on that website from her. And she also does a bit on Instagram, and she just has such eloquently written blogs about the skin, going into quite depth as well. I do know that she sells a skin business kind of coaching program as well, which sounds really amazing. So if you're a clinic out there and you're really wanting to increase your sales, she might be the lady to speak to if you're specializing in skin. So the next one, I've got a couple of YouTubers coming up as well. So one of my favorite YouTubers, she does day in the life of a dermatologist. So she is an American dermatologist. And just to clear this up as well, dermatology in America seems to be surpassing the dermatology, let's say, standards that we have in Australia. So in America, they seem to be much more focused on aesthetics and skincare, whereas the dermatology in Australia is a little bit more so focused on on more of the disease and the pathology of the skin. So just to clear that up, so Dr. Dre, she does a day in the life of a dermatologist vlogs. So she does a lot of videos, so you might have to sift through, but she does have a lot of good videos on skin education, to do with products, ingredients, and I really, really like her approach because she quotes research, and she's giving you a no bullshit approach, basically, mind my language. She's basing everything on evidence, and that is so, so, so important when it comes to the skin, because there's a lot of kind of wives' tales and assumed knowledge that goes around in the industry, but unless it's actually proven by science multiple times, then it kind of is a bit unreliable. So she is always quoting the most recent literature, and I really love that about her. She goes into depth and she is very thorough as well. So definitely check out Dr. Dre. She has a huge following on YouTube. Another one who is a YouTuber is Wellness with Dr. Megan MD. That's her YouTube tag. And my dog's barking. Give me 2 seconds. Just close the door 1 sec. I'm back. Thank you. My dog wanted to go for a pee. So yeah, I was talking about Wellness with Dr. Megan MD. So she's another doctor of dermatology. Actually, sorry, no, she's just a normal medical doctor. But she does have a fair few videos around skin, and she too quotes the most recent literature, and she's always talking about evidence-based sources. So I wouldn't say her channel is all about skin, but she definitely has a lot of skin videos, and she's just kind of nice to listen to, and you'll get to learn a little bit about health while you're there as well. So another YouTube channel, we've got an up and coming girl, and I'd love to hear from her if she's actually in this group. Her name is Storm Watson, and I just recently came across her while just searching on YouTube for other beauty therapists and skin therapists. And although she has a very new channel, I find it quite intriguing what she's doing. So I believe she has a website where it's all about skin education. So I believe she might just be starting up, but she's an Australian girl from what I know. She's got an Australian accent, so I think she is. But yeah, she talks all about the benefits of different ingredients and a lot to do with client consultations and how to retail, which was really something we all need to know working in the industry. So definitely check Storm out. And if you're here, Storm, say hello. I'd love to connect with you. And lastly, another Australian lady, she's also a corneotherapist and owns her own clinic. I believe it's called La Bella Medi Spa. Yep, I reckon that's the one. I can't remember where she's based, but her Facebook tag is Rebecca Miller, the Skin Whisperer. So she, lately on her page, I've seen a lot about fundraising money for certain causes, and I think that's just really beautiful. And she talks all about skin education and has a lot of good insights. I know that she's talking at the Salon Growth Con in June. So yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about her. I don't follow her Facebook actively, but she does come up here and there, and there's always a bit of something I can take from her. So that is about everyone that I personally follow on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I'm sure there is so much more out there, but I'd love to hear from you. Do you watch YouTube or go onto social media to learn a little bit more about skin and even beauty therapy? I'd love to hear about that as well. It shouldn't be your primary source for education. It's more of a secondary source, more of a place where you can get industry experience and hear the education spoken to you in a different light. So I wouldn't suggest, going off everything that these people on social media speak about, but they are leading in that way because they're all therapists themselves or a doctor, and they have that clinical experience, which is so important. So always go to your textbooks first. I'd say that's your number one primary source of education, as well as literature from dermatology journals. and things like that. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and honestly, if you have more suggestions on topics that are, you know, frequently coming up and I might be able to shed some light on, let me know. I've had fun talking about this, and I'll share all of the links in the comments below. So I hope you're having a wonderful day, and yeah, we'll speak soon. All right, bye.